Check this out. I am here on my Windows operating system, and in front of me I have this web page opened in my Brave browser. This appears to be some kind of Windows Network Diagnostics page. It says that Windows has detected some kind of DNS configuration error that prevents secure browsing. It also mentions that this could happen after recent updates. If we look here, we can see a quick fix provided, and it says that it is recommended by Microsoft. Here, we have some clear instructions. For example, we're first asked to open the Run dialog. If you don't know about it, the Windows Run dialog is one of the quickest ways to open applications in Windows. For example, if I press Windows plus R on my keyboard, you can see this small dialog appear in the bottom left corner. If I enter a command here and press enter, you can see that the calculator opens. The terminal can be opened the same way by just typing it into that dialog box. Anyway, here on our website, it asks us to copy this command. The command doesn't look suspicious at all. It's just a basic Windows network command that shows our IP address when we run it in the terminal. So we click on this button to copy the command. Following the instructions, we open our Run dialog and paste it here using the shortcut, then press enter. This shows us a small window, but it automatically hides, and after a few seconds, it completely disappears. Nothing seems to happen, which wouldn't raise any kind of suspicion for the user. But if I go to my Discord server now and check this channel, you can see that we've got the Discord tokens here. The hacker has obtained our Discord tokens just by tricking us into running a command on our computer. Now, if you've watched my recent videos, you might know how harmful these tokens can be if stolen. Hackers can log into your Discord account without needing your password or even multi-factor authentication. They can then go to your payment details, read your information, or even buy gift cards from your account and sell them at a lower price for profit. Token stealing was just an example. They can also gain access to your computer, run ransomware, and much more. And all they need to do is trick you into running a command in your Run dialog that didn't even look malicious. I'm going to break it down in a moment, what that website was and what command we ran in the dialog box. But before that, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Okay, if we go back to that website and view its source, then scroll down to the script section, we can see some JavaScript code here. There's a link to a Windows executable, a visible command that shows up on the page, and if you look closely, you can also see this cmd command here. We'll take a closer look at it in a moment, but before that, if we check this function, you can see that when we click the copy button, it actually copies this hidden command instead. This is the classic ClickFix social engineering technique, where attackers trick users into running a malicious command on their computer using something that looks simple and harmless like this. And honestly, many people would fall for these kinds of attacks. Now, if we go back to the website again, copy the command once more, and instead of pasting it into the Run dialog, paste it into Notepad, we can break it down step by step. First, it starts cmd with an inline command. That's this part here. Then we see a basic networking command, which is just used as a distraction. After the ampersand symbol, the real command begins. It's actually a PowerShell command that downloads this Nitro executable from the given link, saves it with a specific file name in the temporary folder, and then runs it from there. So when the user pasted that entire command into the Run dialog, it silently downloaded this Nitro executable, which is actually a stealer malware, and then executed it from the temporary folder. Now, if we take a look at the malware itself, if you're an old viewer, you might know that I usually write code in Python. But Python isn't great when it comes to creating small-sized executables. So this time, I decided to use Rust. The Nitro malware you saw earlier was actually written in Rust. Using Rust, I was able to create an executable that was less than 2 megabytes in size. It also includes obfuscation, which helps it evade Windows Defender for a short period of time. But ultimately, it will still be detected by Defender. Rust gave us a much smaller file size. I also created another binary using Python by converting the script into a Windows executable with Nuitka. That file size was significantly larger than the Rust binary. Additionally, Rust binaries are comparatively harder to reverse engineer, though not impossible. This Rust binary includes some anti-analysis features. It checks whether it is running inside a virtual machine or being analyzed. For example, it checks the system's RAM, the number of CPU cores, and looks for processes related to common reverse engineering tools. If it detects that it's running in an analysis environment, it automatically exits. It also has a function that adds delays after the execution of each function. There's a self-delete feature as well, where it creates a batch file that deletes the executable after it finishes running. Even with all of this, the binary can still be detected within an hour or even less by Windows Defender, mainly because it generates too much suspicious activity while retrieving tokens. For the purpose of showing you how this malware works, I used AI to create a debug version of it. Now, if I try to run it here in my terminal using cargo run, it will first take some time to compile all the packages included in the project. After that, it will run the actual binary and show us how it works, along with whether everything is functioning properly. For example, at the very top, we can see the anti-analysis check. It analyzes the system specifications and then prints the result. Next, we have the self-deletion verification section, where it creates a batch file that automatically deletes the binary after execution. After that, it checks the webhook connection. Then, it extracts tokens from more than 18 different browser paths, including the Discord client. Finally, it sends those tokens to a Discord webhook and performs cleanup. That was the debug version of the malware. Now, if I show you the real version, you can see it here. I've copied it onto my desktop. If I double-click it, it will run silently. It takes a little time to complete all its tasks and perform self-deletion because we added random delays after sending the tokens. It only takes a few seconds for the binary to finish execution and delete itself. So that was a little overview of our token stealer malware. There are many more things that could be done to make it even more stealthy, but I'm not going to discuss those in this video. If you're interested, let me know in the comments, and I'll consider making a separate video on that topic. However, the main purpose of this video was to explain the ClickFix technique that attackers use to gain access to your computer and your accounts. That's all I have for you in this video. If you found it useful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more interesting cybersecurity content.